But one thing, so this is one thing that really helped me, and this wasn't necessarily something that my specific professor did, but something that my department did, that was really helpful. They created a Discord group for all the chemical engineers, to get together, to chat, to have like just make memes, talk about homework, and just a bunch of stuff. And for me, like when that launched, it was kind of the middle of semester. And by that point, I had started to feel really like boxed in, really behind on a lot of things, because the classes, a junior core for me has been pretty difficult so far. The classes themselves are known to be pretty intensive, homework intensive, and like trying to do homework for 3 very intensive classes by yourself, especially with really complex course subject material, can be very isolating, very degrading of your self-confidence and just overall mental health. And so being able to have a place where you could go online and type like, hey, does anyone know how to figure out this problem? Or I'm having some issues with this, or even just going to have some kind of camaraderie to see your classmates, or I guess not see, but just see the texts of your classmates making jokes together in a Discord chat really helped me kind of just buoy myself up and be like, I'm not alone in this. I'm not the only one who's struggling right now. I have people out there that can help me. And so having some kind of, I mean, it doesn't have to be Discord, but maybe just encouraging study groups, encouraging people to get together over Zoom calls, things like that, I think would be very helpful to mitigate and decrease some stress that students have.
But I think it's really nice when professors come to you and they try to make a real personal connection with you. And they let you know, like, there are these services, BYU has counseling services and CAPS and places that you can go if you need help, because students don't want to admit it, but a lot of them need help, especially during this time. And just professors putting out that extra little effort to show I'm here for you and I want to get to know you, because being in Zoom classes makes it even more difficult not to get to know your students. So that goes a long way.
I think there was 2 big things that helped alleviate a lot of my stress that professors did. One of them was kind of similar to what Creighton was talking about, just connection. And that could look like a ton of different things. But I think as long as professors are trying to stay connected to their students, if that's just through a quick email to just remind them that like, hey, I'm here, if you need any help, this is what's happening. Or if it's through a video, just to remind them of that. Or if it's through offering office hours through Zoom, those are great ways for professors to remind their students that they care about us. And then the other thing is clear expectations. I think a lot of the stress of this whole situation that we've been in has come from not knowing what's going to happen next, not knowing what it's going to look like down the road. But if we can find some sort of clear expectations and we can feel like we know what to expect and what we're doing and what we're getting ourselves into, it can alleviate a lot of that stress. So if professors have their learning suite set up really clearly, or if they have a syllabus that is easy to read and easy to understand, those kind of things can help students not have to worry so much about uncertainty, and they can kind of relax and just focus on the learning.
But one thing that really helped me kind of with my stress levels, so this isn't something that like a specific professor did, but more my department. They created this kind of group chat. It's called a Discord website for us to get together. And for the beginning of the semester, this fall semester, I was kind of, for most of it, was having some like really hard times with the junior core classes tend to be a little bit harder and a lot more homework forward. So I was having a lot of difficulty like completing some of the homeworks on time or just understanding the principles. And I felt very like alone a lot of the times, that like I was the only one struggling with this, that I felt like the rest of my classmates were like finishing the homework and doing well, and I was the only one kind of struggling on my own, not knowing what to do or who to ask. And so when this, like I heard about the Discord, the kind of group chat option, I was really excited about it, and I was able to get on, and there were like different areas for different classes where people could ask about homeworks, where people could like share like fun memes, or like there were like game nights, things like that, that like reconnected me to like my classmates, which I hadn't realized it, but really I was really missing. I was missing a lot more of the like in-person classmate interaction. I had barely talked to some of the people in my major for that entire semester, and I hadn't realized it until I got onto the Discord. And it really gave me an opportunity to feel a lot more support, to be able to ask those questions, to feel like I wasn't the only one struggling in these things. And so that was a really big plus to my semester that really gave me a lot of support and help.
For me, a lot of the stress and kind of negative, depressive emotions that I was feeling during all of this came from a multitude of things combined together. So not only was it academics and grades, but it was also a mixture of not having the same activities that I used to do or social interaction, because I'm very involved with clubs and with dancing, and the Richards building was shut down, and clubs were shut down. And so a lot of the ways that I felt leadership or felt joy through meeting other people and communicating was no longer available to me. And so it was really hard for me at first to just have the emotional capacity to be really involved in school and be really happy. So one of the great things that I've seen a lot of professors do is to recommend counseling services, or to just let their students know that they're not alone and that they have help available. Because I know that you can go to CAPS or to BYU services, but you can also go to other counselors, and I think BYU covers it as well.